Thank you for the opportunity to testify today. China is winning the technological competition against the United States. China is not winning by out-innovating the US. Beijing isn't besting us at the game we assume to be underfoot. Rather, the Chinese Communist Party is winning because they aren't racing. The CCP weaponizes the interdependence of the global system in order to acquire advanced technologies at low cost and low risk. Beijing then focuses its resources on the areas where it sees actual competitive advantage. First, applying those technologies, including to scale global systems and control international supply chains. And second, placing targeted, risk-adjusted bets in potentially paradigm-shifting domains where first-mover advantage actually matters. The strategy is working, and it is asymmetric. It plays perfectly to China's strengths, including of scale, centralization, and industrial capacity. China's strategy also converts core U.S. characteristics into weaknesses. Beijing is able to benefit from U.S. innovation and investment. China preys on the openness of the American system for access and its decentralization for control. The risks and the threats of this approach are particularly acute today because, and this is core to the CCP's approach, the contemporary tech revolution is transforming the global order. Modern advances in technology are creating new markets, new methods of production, and new forms of control. If China can win the tech contest, it can capture production, markets, and control. Avoiding as much requires first understanding Beijing's strategic orientation, and second, fighting back. That orientation begins with access to technology, from the academic and especially from the commercial sectors. To access commercial technology, Beijing leverages illicit means, like industrial espionage and, in China, forced data localization. But Beijing also, and in particular, takes advantage of entirely licit means. Beijing is manipulating, not attacking, the international business environment. Government-backed, and government-guided Chinese entities go out into the international system to obtain technology through acquisitions, joint ventures, direct and indirect investment, talent programs, and personnel recruitment, and even lawsuits. Those Chinese entities benefit from government support and guidance, freeing them from market forces, and therefore allowing them to redeem strategic value from counterparts who are bound by economic logics. Alongside those go-out vectors of tech acquisition, Beijing deploys a parallel and compounding bring-in program, leveraging the appeal of the Chinese market and Chinese industrial base to attract foreign IP, research and development, data, personnel, even capital. This strategy and positioning put all U.S. technology at risk. They ensure that the U.S. approach to tech development and leadership is not only a losing one, but in fact fuels America's strategic adversary. America needs to change its game. First, the U.S. government needs to shift from protecting American technology from China to defending the U.S. market from China. Washington needs to impose real and rigorous restrictions on Chinese commercial entities operating in the United States or seeking to access the U.S. market. Such restrictions should cover direct and indirect investment, joint ventures, including minority stakes, and tech licensing. They should also cover construction and deployment of information systems, components, and softwares. Those restrictions should adopt presumptions of denial. They should also adopt definitions of Chinese entities that are robust enough that China cannot circumvent them through localization and shell companies. Second, the U.S. needs to activate its private sector to stop forfeiting critical U.S. resources to China and to start investing in the actual competition at hand. The private sector should have to choose between the U.S. and Chinese markets. Businesses that localize data, research and development, production in China, invest in Chinese entities, or maintain tech licensing deals with Chinese entities should not be eligible for federal procurement, defense industrial-based procurement, federal tax credits, or other incentives. Those are all sticks. At the same time, the U.S. government needs to ensure that those companies that are opting for America and for the American market can invest, produce, and partner profitably in the United States. To do so, Washington should provide the infrastructure necessary for production, including through expanded provision of domestic energy and upstream resources, a favorable regulatory environment, and a skilled workforce. We have the chance to reclaim our core strengths and reset the playing field. America's market can serve America's interests if we protect it from China. American innovation can fuel us, not our adversary, if we direct it at the actual competitive arena. And our agility as a country can throw the deliberate, slow, centralized PRC system on its heels if we take the initiative. But all of that has to happen now. Thank you.